Hello, Soul Family. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. You know, one of my favorite quotes from the Buddha is this one. He said, "Do what you are doing. Do what you are doing." It sounds at first almost as if there's supposed to be more, or is that it? Do what you are doing. What do you mean by that? Well, that is the overly intellectual mind kicking in and trying to tear it apart, categorize it, put it into neat little boxes so it can control things and all that junk. Do what you are doing. Let's paraphrase it. Whatever task you are engaged in the moment, be fully present and engaged in performing that task only. Let's apply that to everyday, regular life. When you are washing dishes, be washing dishes. When you are driving to the store, be driving. When you are sitting with someone you love, be there, fully present to them, sitting with them and listening. Do what you are doing. Put your phone away. Shut it off. Get off the internet as much as you can. The internet has become a jet stream torrent of poison. I know there's a lot of good on it, but there's so much that you have to avoid that it's like a minefield. Just be off of it as much as you can. The younger generation today is completely owned by their addiction to their phone, their internet, all that crap. They are already in a state of suffering and mental unwellness and instability and disconnection as a result of this, even more than the older generations and the super old ones like me, who were around before the interwebs and cell phones and all that. So do what you are doing and don't be doing any other things. Our society loves to praise and encourage multitasking. Oh, I'm such a good multitasker. I can do 4 or 5 things at once. Oh, women are better multitaskers. That's why they're going to be better astronauts. And men are single focused, and so they're not any good at doing 2 or 3 things at once. And to a point, that's true because of how nature has shaped our evolution. Namely, that women would be the ones who would be nurturing the babies. And so, whatever things the women were doing around the abode, they did with a baby on their hip. And the men were typically the ones out hunting for the food, and they needed that laser focus and patience to hone in on the prey and dismiss everything else that would be a distraction. So nature has shaped us in that way. But don't praise multitasking as a way of life, especially in today's, modern age. It's not a desirable thing in most cases for most people as far as mental wellness, inner peace, and simple joy, contentment goes. So let's remember the Buddha. Do what you are doing. Maybe you could get one of those tiny little post-its, the really tiny post-its or something like that, and you could write that quote, do what you are doing. And maybe you could put it on your dashboard, or maybe you could put it on your mirror, or put it on the edge of your screen at work or something like that, someplace where you'll see it and it'll be like, hey, yeah, let me return to that singular focus of presence. Let me be singularly present to what I am engaging in now, whether it's digging in my garden, pulling weeds, washing the car, sitting with an elderly friend, petting my dog, hugging my cat. Fill in the blank ad infinitum. But whatsoever you are doing, be fully present in doing it. Be fully present to the doing of it. I'm kind of thinking of that Taoist quote, approach easy things as if they were difficult, and approach difficult things as if they were easy. That sort of flows in with this as well. When something, appears overwhelming and scary, take a deep breath, treat it almost as play. Don't allow it to overwhelm you. Deal with it as lightly and playfully as you can. And in the reverse, when something is very easy, what I think that quote means, approach it as if it is very difficult. I think what that means is keep your attention focused on the doing it. Even though, that's how people cut off fingers with a saw, with a table saw. Because while they were cutting some wood, they weren't present to the cutting of wood. They were present to, my wife, how am I going to fix these problems I got with my family? Oh, I don't have enough money for that other. Yeah, there goes your finger. So we don't need that to happen. So, I think that's what it means. Manage your attentiveness, your attention, your presence. And remember the Buddha's wisdom. Do what you are doing. And shut off your phone and put it away as much as you possibly can. And then the next day, a little bit more. Watch your mood lighten and your mind return closer to a sense of peace. Be well.